Hi, I'm Benjamin Loh, author of Master Math Models found in all major bookshops and school bookshops, and also the lead tutor at Trinity Learning Center. Today, we'll be doing the P4 repeated values. Okay, I called this the ABC cloth question, okay, just for recognition. Before we begin, remember to subscribe and ping that notification button so that you will always see the new questions coming up. Now let's begin without much further ado. All right. So keywords first. The question says that Annie and Betty had half a meter of cloth. Okay. Next, Betty and Katie has 3/4 meter of cloth. Finally, Annie, Betty, and Katie, all three of them, have a total of 4/5 meters of cloth altogether. The question is, how much cloth did Betty have? And remember to leave your answer in the simplest form. Okay, before we do the question, I would just like to remind you that even if this is not said, it must be left in the simplest form or you will lose marks in your exams. Okay, so always do this. Even if it's not stated. Okay, so even if they don't say this, you still have to leave your answer in the simplest form. All right, so now to do this question, what you need to do is first, you need to notice that somebody's name is repeated. Whose name is repeated? Okay, if your answer is that Betty is repeated, then you are right. Okay, so this person's name is repeated. Okay, so right now, I'm going to draw Annie and Betty. So let's say this is Annie. Okay, and let's say this is Betty. Okay, so from this information given, we know that this is half a meter. Next, we are going to draw a model. Next, we are going to draw a model based on Betty and Katie, which is 3/4 meters. I'm going to draw that right behind what I've drawn, okay? But before I do that, this is Annie, this is Betty, and then now I'm going to draw Betty and Katie. So since it's Betty again, then the model should be the same size as what I drew here, okay? Of course, you can't do this, but I'm doing this to let you understand that it's actually the same model of the same size, okay? And then behind it, I'm going to draw Katie. Okay, I'm going to put C for Katie, and I'm going to put the value here. This is 3/4 meters. And then I'm going to ask you a question. Does it make a difference whether I put Betty before Katie, or if I were to switch them around, would it change this value? Or will it still be 3/4 meters? Will Betty and Katie's total remain the same? The answer is, of course, it will remain the same. And I'm going to do that now to show you how you can solve the question. So what you want to do is you can take this model and you can switch the place of the two models. And the reason for doing that is because now I have A, B, C, which I know is 4/5 meters. So I'm going to put the 4/5 meters over here because that's what is given. All right, can you see what you need to do now? Okay, it should be pretty obvious, but if you can't tell, then let me help you to finish the question. So what you want to do now is you want to add up these two numbers. Okay, so first you will add up these two numbers, half and 3/4, to get the value over here. So let's do that. So half plus 3/4 will require you to get a common denominator. So now you multiply this by 2 so that you can have a denominator of 4 to match the other one. And then of course you multiply by 2 on top for the numerator, and you get 2 quarters and 3 quarters, giving you a total of 5 quarters. All right, so 5 quarters is the value over here. Now, bear in mind that this value is the same even if I bring it down. Now, what do I mean? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this, I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to shift it down so that you can see. Now, if I were to take this value, sorry, let me just move this so that it's not confusing. So this is 5 over 4. Let me just rewrite that. So this is 5 quarter for the longer line, and we have 4/5 for the shorter line, for 5 quarter for the longer line. Okay, so can you tell what you need to do now? It should be pretty obvious. Yes, you need to take the longer line and you need to subtract away the shorter line to get the value of B. So that's how you find B. So now, to find Betty, I will take 5 quarters, which is the longer line, minus 4/5, which is the shorter line. So now, we need to get a common denominator, and the lowest common multiple of 4 and 5 is 20. So I will multiply this by 5 and 4, and I will do the same here. As a result, I have 25 minus 16, which will give me 9. Okay, the denominator doesn't change, and so we have the answer, which is that Betty, the question being, how much cloth did Betty have? So Betty has 9/20 meter of cloth. So Betty has 9/20 meter of cloth. Okay, that's it. That's how we do it. You can revise the question. And if you would like to have a clean copy of this, you can find in the description below my Telegram group, which you can join to get a clean copy of this for your child to practice. Okay, remember to ping that notification button so that you will see all the new videos coming out. And also the past videos, do watch them.